What's up guys, it's Scher talking, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'll be making a character spotlight for Dual Guardian Genie. Genie is a buffer, a meta character, one of the best ones we have right now. Genie has a skill with two base effects, level 2 attack up for all allies for 3 turns, and level 2 damage reduction for all allies for 3 turns. When you first limit break Genie, you're gonna get the third effect that will be level 2 evasion for 3 turns. And that's super important because level 2 evasion for 3 turns, although pretty good, it's not something that will be super important. Because evasion is not guaranteed, and although it can help you survive a nuke from a boss fight, it's unreliable. But the attack up and the damage reduction are reliable because they are guaranteed to happen. Evasion is just a chance to evade the enemy attack. Now, Genie also has only 20 BP cost, so pretty cheap to use his own skill. And if you limit break him 2 times, he will increase the level for buffs to 3. And if you limit break him 3 times, he's gonna get a discount to the SP cost, decreasing it to 16. That would be very amazing because Genie actually benefits a ton from having a good seed to his abilities. I believe the best one will be SP charge on EX skill activation, because this guy at 75% or more max HP, when using a skill, he will then trigger his EX trigger. He will then deal heavy damage to one enemy. Well, if you manage to get the 3-star level of the seed, and in this case I have it with Belle, it will become a 100% chance to give a level 2 SP charge to self for 2 turns. So in this case you have a guarantee to be generating SP. So in this case you have a guarantee to keep changing. So in this case you have a guarantee to get extra SP to keep using his buffs. Okay, but if you don't have a level 3 ability, a level 2 one would be nice enough with 70% chance to trigger. Anyway, I want to bring him into a boss fight so that we can actually discuss this a little further, because his buffs are a little different from each other. For example, here in this case, I will be using only his own buff and attacking with everyone else's. Well, if he stays with his HP above 75%, he chases with his EX trigger. Perfectly fine, because if you are on the start of a fight, you are on full HP. Now we can click on the character and we will see the effects that are running. Attack up can reach level 5. Damage reduction only reaches level 4. And in the case of damage reduction, it's 10% damage reduction per level. So you can decrease damage taken by up to 40%. And the evasion can reach as much as 5 levels. And it increases evasion rate by up to 60%. So I don't know what's the base evasion level. So it can be good. It can just be whatever. Okay, so we now know that he only needs level 4 for damage reduction. Hence why I said Genie is so good, since he does not really need limit break. If you get the extra evasion, nice, but it's not necessary. Now, you can run Genie on squads that have good SP generation. Those squads are likely those that you use Singer Marie. Singer Marie, when she defends, she gets 20% of max SP, and if you have the same ability that you get an SP charge or an SP gain up, she will then give even more SP to the party, helping Genie keeping up with his buffs. The best case scenario is having Genie using his skill every single turn, and that is not that hard to do because it's 20 SP only. And every time that you use his skill and you are on 75% or more HP, he will then attack the enemy, helping with damage. Now, if you are not using a good squad that generates SP, you can still bring the extra miracle that helps by giving SP. Brave Beat gains 50% of max SP and also HP regeneration for 3 turns. This is extremely useful and even better if you don't have Pooh to team up with Genie. But even then, the good thing about Genie is that you don't need to use the skill every single turn. We know that this lasts for 3 turns, right? So, use it on turn 1. If you don't have enough SP, skip turn 2. Then on turn 3, use it again. That means that you have at least level 4 for all buff values. Level 4 is very close to level 5 for attack up. It doesn't really matter much. You will be getting enough. Unless you needed Genie to increase Maleficent to level 5 attack so that she has her EX trigger. But the only thing that should be just... one thing should be also considered about Genie is that he has very good synergy with Pooh. Pooh gives you a level 2 defense up and a level 2 HP regeneration without limit break. With the first limit break, he gets access to level 2 evasion as well. In this case, the evasion buff will clash with Genie. In the near future, I believe we will want characters to have exclusive buffs that don't clash, so that you can actually have as max number of effects as possible. But if you don't have limit break with any of them, one can provide the evasion. Another character that synergizes super well is Belle. Belle has attack up in her first limit break. Then she becomes capable of buffing crit chance up, crit power up, and attack up for 3 turns. She's also a character that has a very easy to trigger EX skill. By having crit chance up and attack up at level 2, she would then use an area attack in that turn for free. If she doesn't have limit break, she is just buffing crit chance up and crit power up. And those are necessary to break rage gauges from bosses. So if your Genie is paired up with Belle, Genie can give the level 2 attack up on turn 1 so that Belle has the extra attack. But Belle is better paired up with Pooh, usually, if she has limit break, because then in that case, no buff clashes. But in the end of the day, Genie still has this amazing level 2 damage reduction that can stack to become level 4 damage reduction, and that decreases damage taken by 40%. We cannot be sure if defense up is better than damage reduction, because it will be based on each boss fight. If the boss has a very high attack, buffing your defense can give you a mileage that will actually decrease damage taken more than having damage reduction. But I am sure that in gacha games, eventually we will want to both a defense up and a damage reduction effect. So even if you already have Pooh and Belle, Genie will provide different effects. And maybe in the future he can be better paired up with a character that can provide you with defense up, HP regeneration, and something else that is not evasion, so that it doesn't fully clash. That's how they are designing the game, to have characters with different buffs that sometimes clash and sometimes doesn't. It's all about squad synergy. With that said, I will be showcasing him in this bonus 3 fight, where we have Genie buffing attack up for my Belle. Belle will then be buffing crit chances and crit power up. That will also be helping Hiromiki do more damage, and I also have Cinderella just because she's easy to use, and Rapunzel as she will be healing if needed. With that, Miracle, Brave Beat to help if we ever lack SP. Okay, so we can also start with Genie being our buffer and everyone else is just attack. In this case, we will have the damage reduction, but we will also have the other effects that will trigger many extra attacks, as you can see. And these enemies are also using SP Eater, and SP Eater makes it so that we lose some SP. But it's okay, boss will come in the next wave. In this case here, I can buff with Genie and attack with everyone else's. You still reach boss with 50 or more SP. Okay, now we have to fight versus Nick, and in this case I can buff with Belle and Genie just fine. Mickey will have his extra attack, like Cinderella too. You can see that we evaded some attacks because of the level 2 evasion. At this point it was actually level 4, you can even see here. Evasion was level 4, but now it's level 2 again. We just have to keep casting. Lots of effects, most of them very helpful. At this point I can buff with them together again, so that we'll have the max damage output. Well, Nick is enraged now, and we have Brave Beat available. And some of our characters will get inflicted with some paralysis or stun. It is okay, it was only Cinderella. At this case, I will be using the other characters to do damage. We have to break the Rage Gouge anyway. And we still have SP, so I'm not gonna use Brave Beat yet. I will also be using Hero Mickey's skill to help out break the Rage Gouge. We just did. Dodge it 2 times. Now I will be using Brave Beat. And I will be using the skills with all these 3 characters. As you can see, Pooh is not used in this fight. For those without Pooh but then have Belle without any limit break, this is still a very nice combination. At this time I'll be skipping Belle skill, because she does not need to use her skill to trigger the EX attack. Boss is already dying. So, I guess it will be now. Blow Striker will do a lot of damage. And that's it. As you can see, Genie is a very good character. I wanted to showcase how good he was. So, that's also the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Tell me here in the comment section if you have him. And I hope to see you soon in the next video or live stream. Goodbye.